Blog Talk Radio.
We are the music makers, and we are the dreamers of dreams.
Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to Superhero Academy. I'm your host, Crossfire the Crusader, and we are here this fine Sunday afternoon to celebrate Mother's Day in a true superhero fashion. Those of you who were here last week got to hear an incredible story from our friend Geist about the real-life superhero coloring book project, and as a follow-up this week, I am honored beyond honored to have Brandy Roseth, the mother of Ben, the young man who inspired Geist to start that project. Brandy, just say hello to everybody.
Hello, everybody.
Like I said, Brandy, nothing to be nervous about. We're all friends here. This is actually a pretty casual program. Now, as Geist told us, he basically tell us how you got in contact with Geist, how you found out about him, how Ben found out about him, and just kind of share some of the impact. That's our big word here. How do we impact things as superheroes, real-life superheroes? And you are going to share from the perspective of somebody who has been the recipient of the good deed instead of somebody who is actually out there doing it. Share with them how you got in touch with Geist and how this has just affected your life and Ben's life.
Okay. Well, Benjamin was diagnosed with adrenal leukodystrophy, ALD, when he was 18 months old. It's a terminal illness in almost most cases of males that are born with it. And females can have it too, but we're mostly carriers. But as we get older and stuff, it becomes more of a problem. And Benjamin, has been having a lot of tough times with his health and stuff, his medications and stuff, just to maintain his nervous system, and that has been compromised by the medications and all that. And so his immune system isn't the greatest. We had been having a tough time. We had just gotten out of the hospital again, and my husband says, hey, there's this guy on the internet. His name is Geist. He's part of this real life superhero program, or tries to help other people. And he showed me some pictures and some profile and stuff, and we thought it was cool. And we thought, hey, at least we could show Ben it, and Ben liked him. And I said, well, let's at least email him. So that's where we started contacting Geist. It was just to email. We started with a simple email.
Well, I know I've not had the honor. This is the first time I've had a chance to speak with you live. We've chatted a little bit online, and I've not had a chance to speak with Ben, but I can tell you, Ben is one of those people that wins people over, from what I can tell. Everybody that I know that has had a chance to interact with him just in a little bit, has just touched their lives in amazing ways. I have a young lady in my life with the same kind of personality, so I know what to recognize. This young lady's name is Bethany, and she's been in a wheelchair since she was tiny, and she is, she's not handicapped. She enters the room and she takes her place over. She is just an amazing person. And I can see the same thing from Ben just by the reactions of the people that, like Silver Sentinel and Geist, that have interacted with him. you can't not love him. I mean, and that's a pretty good assessment. Am I correct?
Yes, he's very, very much a lovey kid. I mean, he's a kid in any way. I mean, he still runs and plays and everything, but I mean, he's very loving, and he is a very, very bright and imaginative little boy. He doesn't let very many things keep him down.
This is an unknown caller. I'm going to go ahead and let this happen because I think I know who this is. Area code 111.
Not really, but that's what it says. How you doing, man? This is Geist.
It would be Geist, wouldn't it? Hey.
Hi, Brandy.
Hi, hon. How you doing?
Good. How about you?
Okay.
Good.
It's been a good day.
How's Ben doing?
He's running around like all boys do.
Great. Great. I'm just going to let you guys talk, and I'll be here and maybe jump in. But you go ahead, Brandy.
Okay.
I was going to ask, now, like I said earlier, this is kind of a follow-up to last week's, and it was unplanned. I had a show, and I had a backup show, and I had a third backup show, and I guess God had other plans for me this week because he brought this amazing fourth backup for me after everything else fell through.
It's actually a brilliant idea, Crossfire. It's just an absolute perfect tie-in to Mother's Day.
Oh, I know, and it's so perfect following your show from last week. I was panicking 2 days ago because I'm down to the only thing I can think of to do now is talk about Mother Teresa. I didn't know what to do. I'm out of mother programs. And
no, this is perfect. And the more you get to know Brandy, the more you'll realize what a great choice you made.
Oh, yeah. When Silver Sentinel suggested this, put me in contact with Brandy, I was just, I could have turned cartwheels because I had somebody associated with the community. I had such a powerful subject to talk about, and I had somebody normal. And when I was running out of normal, and in the world of appendix apes, normal is a rare commodity to start with.
Yeah, as opposed to last week when I was on.
Well, I don't think we'll hear about Brandy being rescued from the railroad trestle, but we are going to hear about impact because, like I said, the big issue that I speak about is how we impact the world. When I started doing this, when I first started dreaming about becoming a superhero character, it was as part of my clown ministries. Before I even developed my court jester character, I was looking at a character called Good Guy, which I would have been in competition with superhero, I'm sure. I was going to have a partner named Sidekick. It was going to be very generic, and I eventually morphed him into a character called Turtle Man, and Turtle Man didn't last very long, and then I was going to be Holy Roller, and I realized 350 pounds on roller skates is not a good idea.
Well, Laser Skater's got you there, though.
Well, he looks better in that costume than I do, too, so. And I eventually came up with Crossfire through a series of just a long time of prayer and study and developing. But to me, the
when it comes to you, man.
My clown ministry. Yeah, it was always an extension of my clown ministry, which I hear the same arguments for real life superheroes that I hear for clown ministry. Why do you have to wear the costume to do this? Why can't you just be normal? Normal's highly overrated to me. And
a lot of us would agree.
I've seen the impact that just simple acts can have by people when they're doing clown ministry or real-life superhero work. And what I've seen here was a project you undertook to develop this colored book and the things that you did, like the action figure. Brandy, tell us about Ben's reactions to the colored book project, to the
the one and only Geist action figure.
Oh, he's gotten some miles on him, Geist.
Yeah.
Ben received your package, and his eyes just lit up so big, and he got this huge smile.
I believe it. He does that.
His big brown eyes just popped, and he was just like, oh, my God. And he was like, Geist! And he was so excited. He jumped around for at least an hour, and he was showing off. See, I got my own superhero. Siblings teasing each other, and all of them, and the big brother's like, oh, just shush. and the sisters are going, oh, this is awesome, and Patrick's in the corner going, oh, hush up. While Ben is jumping around, dancing around, I've got a kite, I've got a toy. and he has gotten very many miles on him. He has taken that action figure into tests with him.
Oh.
And the paint is wearing off. But yeah, he's worn it down, so it's he's got.
Well, maybe Tom Fury could manage to make another one. I don't know. Can I, Andy? I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
Okay. I just wanted to mention how I got to know the Rosettes a little bit, and Brandy and Chris contacted me, and it was really quite amazing in that they let me know that their son Ben thought I was his hero. And I mean, holy mackerel. I mean, I don't know that anyone of us would expect that, And suddenly that's a lot of responsibility, And then I also found out that Ben has some medical issues, and that makes it even weightier. That makes it wow. I don't know that any of us Crossfire walked into this game thinking anything like that would happen.
Oh, exactly.
But we got to live up to it.
I know the emotions I feel when I'm, and this has nothing to do with real life superhero or clown or anything. This is a young lady that I work with in our kids' church.
Yeah.
But when I walk up and I see Bethany, and Bethany graduates this year, she is in a wheelchair, and I forget multiple sclerosis, I forget what her exact diagnosis is, because I tend to forget she's even in a wheelchair.
Right.
But this year for her senior prom, her brother and her are the same grade. He has a girlfriend and a fiance. They've been together for a long time, and the two of them agreed that for prom, he matched his tuxedo to his sister's dress. He took her to prom. And at one point during the prom, actually took her out of her wheelchair, held her up, and took her out on the dance floor so that she could dance at her senior prom.
Sweet.
Awesome.
This is, I'm like, wow,
Yeah. Yeah.
When I read about Ben and the people that are there with him, that's exactly who comes to mind to me, because I could see, I could see that same spirit coming from him and the way it affects people around him. And and it is a big responsibility, when you become someone's hero. I remember Impervia from the auditions. You remember her?
Yep, I remember her.
Me I remember her messaging me on, I think it was MySpace at the time, that her kids were running around the house singing Fat Mama, and they stopped singing that and started singing Holy Fire, which was the theme song I had playing on my belt at the auditions, and I'm like, oh, wow.
It's really funny, the effect that we have on other people. And, I tell you what, we got to walk the line. We have to live up to that.
And, and something, they say, why the costume? And I say, why not the costume? When I talk to others like the group that does the Heart Heroes, that gives the power capes out to the kids with congenital diseases of the heart. And I hear the stories about how they give this kid a cape, and he goes from being little Johnny who has heart disease to being Mighty Man who can face this monster of heart disease. And they're able to cope with surgery, they're able to cope with all the difficulties. And I hear the story about how little Geist is helping Ben go through all his medical treatments. And I say, why are more of us not wearing costumes?
Right.
That's what I say. Why are more people not doing stuff like this?
Yeah. I also wanted to mention something else about that action figure too. So, you know, I got to know Brandy and Chris a little bit, and they're just wonderful, awesome people. But I mean, very early on, don't laugh, Brandy, you are. And so then I learned about Ben's medical condition a little bit, and I had a phone convo with one of my dear friends, DHM, Death's Head Moth, who is he can come off a little bit gruff and a little bit rough around the edges. He's just an awesome guy with a huge heart, and he said, "Well, I guess you're going to have to give away an action figure then, aren't you?" I'm like, it's already in the box.
I've got two more callers. Area code 305. You're on Superhero Academy. Who I got?
This is Night Owl.
Night Owl. Hey, and area code 847.
Hello.
Hello.
Who I got?
This is Moon Knight.
Nice.
All right. We have almost a full house here. I knew this was going to be a powerful show when you agreed to do this, Brandy. I can tell you right now, not since Park Heroes have I had a show where my eyes watered so much.
You got the All-Star Squadron here.
We really got it going. So, in looking at the impact, Brandy, how has life changed for you and for Ben since the superhero swooped down from the sky, the mighty man from Minnesota, dropped from the sky and rescued you here?
Well, I'll tell you, things around the house have gotten a step up brighter. You know, we go to Facebook or we talk to friends online or anything, and the kids are just right there. Anything that's a video that involves everyone, or Geist, or Patrick has Samaritan Prime, AJ and Nora has Valkyrie. They just light up. They are excited every day to see if they can get on the computer and see their friends on that from across the country. And I love photos and that. I love people sending us photos of different things around them, things to share, and I share them with the kids too. And different places they can see, different things they can share, and it has, in a lot of ways, helped us in a lot of aspects. We have really come to feel that, you know, we've got a step up of hope, and that you know, yes, Ben's got a slim chance, but we still have a chance. We have more people out there that are saying, hey, you know what, it's not totally dead. I mean, it's not something to give up on. And that's something that we think is so great, is because we do have people out there that are saying, hey, you know, you can do it. Where before we were just trying to do it on ourselves. And now we actually have people that say, hey, you know, you can do it. And then, you know, you repeat something enough, you start to believe it. And so we're starting to feel like, you know, things are more possible.
And, you know, Brandy, you have friends, I mean, not just here in Minnesota, but across the country. You've got East Coast and West Coast and everything now, you know. You got great people like Samaritan Prime, Silver Sentinel, and Night Owl and Moon Knight, and, you know, rock on.
Yes, the kids all love anything that anyone has to say to them or for them, and we didn't know that anyone was really going to know about us besides you guys. And we didn't think we would affect anyone. We just thought, hey, you know, we'd send one email, and then it turned into two, and then we found other friends.
You know, and that's how it works too. I mean, you know, I've met Crossfire, and I've met Golden Valkyrie, and then you expand your horizons beyond that, you know, and you know, someday, you know, maybe I'll get to meet everyone, and I think we all feel a kinship, and that we're all, you know, trying to work in the right ways and do what we can.
Yeah.
You know, I'm reminded of a song, and I wish I had it downloaded here, but it's called "Thank You for Giving to the Lord." You may have heard it. Gentleman in the song, when the person dies and he gets to heaven, and he's meeting all these people whose life is touched.
Wow.
And he touched it through giving his money. And I've heard hear stories about. I read ironically, I read a comic online last night called Crossfire. It's from the 70s, and this guy was a police officer and was working with people. And he gets caught in the crossfire and gets shot, and he's in the hospital. And while he's in the hospital, people are showing up going, "Hey man, he arrested me and helped me get off drugs. Hey, he helped me do this. He did this. He changed my life." And the room just keeps flooding with people this guy poured his life into. And I see a lot of people in this movement, in this community, who give a lot.
Yeah.
And sometimes you give so much, and you think, why am I doing this? I'm putting myself out. I'm taking away time from my family. You get run down, and then, we're the ones wearing the superhero suit, but then the hero comes along to us and says, "Hi, my name is Ben, and you have made my life better." And it's like, that's why I do this. Brandy, you may not consider yourself a hero, and you didn't think you'd get much out of this. You didn't think you were really part of this community, I think, when we talked. But, you are, because you are the testimony that what we're doing is working. It's hard to argue. It's easy to argue with me standing here in a super suit looking like a fool, but it's hard to argue with the person who's on the receiving end of what I do saying, "This changed my life." Because
I have come across so many of real-life superheroes that are wonderful people, and that gives me a smile every day. I just love talking to everyone and connecting with people. It's wonderful, and we talk about different values and stuff that we want to instill in the kids and everything. And you guys are all standing for it. So, we've always tried to instill with the kids, be helpful, be nice, be calm and courteous. It's okay to, go out of your way to help someone. And then we started expanding out and finding more of you guys that agree. When we actually, it's amazing how many people do, look past you if you have a disability, or if you're a little different. And you guys don't look past us. You guys actually stopped and say, "Hey, you want to hang out? You want to talk?" And so, best we could do is say, "Hey, you want to hang out or you want to talk?" That's all we could ever do back.
Well, there are no expectations,
We talked about Bethany. There's another young man that impacted me early on when I started doing my clown ministry real actively, by the name of Patrick. Patrick was 2 years old, and he was 2 years old when he lost his battle and he went to be with the Lord. But we would be at family events at the church, and I would be out clowning, and they would push him in his wheelchair, and I would hear this echoing, booming little voice, "Hey, clown." He never knew my real name, my clown name, or my real name, but it was, "Hey, clown." And
nice.
And I had to go talk to him. He couldn't walk, but he was such a bundle of energy. And to see, I remember his funeral. I went to his funeral, and I had been to funerals of people that were in their 90s, in their 50s, in their 30s.
Yeah.
And it's probably
that's all right,
No person who had such a impact on the world that I've been to the funeral of, like Patrick. So many people, they had so many bold memories of this young man that had only been here for 2 years.
Yeah.
He came in explosively. He took the world by storm, and he fought hard his entire life. And then when it's time for his battle to end, he left with a trumpet sound, and he left triumphantly and said, "I've done my job." And, a decade later, he still has impacted my life.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, is it altruistic for me to put on the Crossfire suit or the Gizmo the Clown suit or whatever and get out there and work with these kids? Yeah, maybe. But, I get so much back.
That's right.
And that's the impact, on lives. But, it impacts me, too. I'm a different person because I became Gizmo. I'm a different person because I became Crossfire.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of things that I've turned my back on. The costume is not to make people look at me. It's to make me look at me. I do it because it's fun. I do it because it's what I want to do. But it's about the impact.
Yeah.
We're down to about 4 minutes of show here. Brandy, I'm gonna let you wrap this up, but just I want you to say something encouraging from the perspective of somebody who's been on the receiving end of this. Just say something encouraging to everybody that's out there in the cage, in the mask, fighting the good fight. What would you tell them?
You are doing a great job. You guys are affecting many lives, and we're grateful and we're honored to be involved in them. And I got something from someone else. Ben, can you say hi to everyone?
Hi.
Hi, Ben.
Hi, Ben. How's it going?
Hello, Ben.
So,
How you doing, Power Boy?
I did good. Me and Pat, we clean our room a lot of times.
Okay.
Fighting crime?
But we're not finished. The floor is not clean. We're trying to have some fun.
Well, you're saving the world one piece at a time.
We're cleaning it up one at a time.
And this is Crossfire the Crusader. And I've got Geist. Everybody else say who you are. Say hello to Ben.
Hey.
Hey.
Night Owl, Moonlight,
Guys,
Geist, and
Patrick was trying to sleep. I was trying to wake him up every time. He wants to sleep. He won't help me.
Okay.
And he's off again.
Okay.
Like I said, an energetic little guy.
Oh.
So, well, I hope that helped you.
Oh, yes.
Oh,
and we're glad to have him on here. Ben, you're my hero.
Mine too.
He's running around smiling and playing with his brother.
We may face comic book villains and real-life digital villains online and such like that, and Marcelo Costume, he's the hero. He's facing the real challenges, and he's doing it with such exuberance. It's inspiring.
That's right.
It really is. I am crying my eyes out, guys. You keep doing it to me. I'm such a wimp.
Me too.
Good hearts, all of you.
Well, guys, I'm going to stay on after the show ends here for a minute to kind of talk about what's coming up. You're welcome to stay online. We'll have about 10 to 15 minutes before they shut us off, but I want to kind of touch base on the upcoming shows. I'm going ahead and sign off with our usual theme song. I've used this song because I like to remind everybody as serious as we take ourselves, we are people in spandex costumes and capes, and so we got to be able to laugh at ourselves at the same time. So here's our ending theme song.
We're men tonight. We roam around the forest looking for fight.
Story of my life.
We're men in time. We run from the rich and give to the poor, that's right. We may look like cities, but what would you say, or else we'll put out your light. We're men in tight. Always on guard, defending the people's rights. It's hard not to laugh when you hear that. It feels like I said, you cannot take yourself too serious in this. We are trying to live the life of Bruce Wayne, and we're doing it on the budget of Peter Parker.
Got that right.
But we've got 10 seconds on the live show, and next week I've got a great guest. The Crimson Fist is going to be on.
Oh, cool.
We're just going to kind of talk about his experience in the real life superhero. So no real topic right now. The following week is going to be quite intense because the person I love to hate and hate to love is Zimmer. My buddy, my friend, my arch foe in the flame wars of the Nessus boards. And we will be talking about the New York Initiative's hunt for the serial killer.
Great.
Oh,
Look forward
and like
to
I told Zimmer,
he doesn't back down.
As much as me and him butt heads, I admire everything he does in the community and what the New York Initiative is out there trying to do. And so it's going to be an interesting change in pace. We're going to be talking some hardcore stuff there. So that's going to be interesting. For Memorial Day weekend, we've got Patriot coming on. The following weekend, the 5th of June, Stormbringer will be talking about animal rescue and animal abuse. And then the 12th of June will be live from the Superman Festival in Metropolis.
Yoo-hoo!
Wow.
Oh, yeah, it's going to be interesting. I don't know what's going to happen there, but we're just going to call in, kind of do a random show, and I'm going to probably have somebody work the switchboard for me, and I will call live from the Superman Festival in Metropolis and just address what's going on there.
What date is
for
that?
The 19th of June, Father's Day, Samaritan Prime and I will be talking about child ID kits, one of my favorite things. 26th of June will be the return of Artisteroy, and we're going to talk about tricking your Supermobile. We're going to learn how to build our own Batmobile. The 3rd of June, I've got a special guest, Valerie Finnegan, who will be talking about the comic book Real Tales from Iraq and Real Tales from 911. Talking about rescue workers and soldiers who are fighting the war on terror. And then on the 10th of June, I've got Ferris, who will be talking about animal rehab therapy. So we've got some good shows coming up, and always looking for more guests and glad to have more people on. Brandy, I want to thank you for being here today. This has been an awesome Mother's Day program. Our originally scheduled Mother's Day program is being rescheduled for sometime in July, and that's going to be a group called 44 Mothers Who Shave for the Brave, and that's mothers of children with cancer who are donating their hair to Locks for Love and wearing the bald head in honor of their kids, to support their kids as they're going through the treatment. So this was a very suitable, probably even better program than I had planned because it is so personal. I'm just so glad I had you on here.
Well, I'm glad I could help you guys.
And guys, thank you for calling in because
you bet.
This was really, it's like first time I've done a second show. You know, if I'd had more time, I probably would have done the old Adam West Batman kind of transition. Last time our heroes were here, they were trapped in the internet web, but using the Brown Hornet's secret powers, they escaped unharmed. You know.
Yeah.
Who remembers the Brown Hornet?
I do.
The old Ted
I do.
Show, you know.
I do.
Using the Brown Hornet's powers, they escaped unharmed. You know.
Yeah.
You survived the bridge.
Yep. Have you thought about taking the show up to an hour?
I thought about that. I'm looking for a sponsor, trying to find somebody to sponsor, and if I do, I'll probably take it up to an hour, maybe 2 hours.
Okay.
But right now, I would definitely consider it, but I'm not going to do it out of pocket because it's $40 a month. And
okay. Okay.
That's half a tanky gas.
Maybe I can help you out there, but I don't know.
Right now, as it is. You know, you have to have a cosigner of 3 forms of ID to buy gas anymore, so that's real.
Do you mean
but,
real
ID? I'm
ID?
definitely looking for possibility. I'm taking it up to an hour if I can find a sponsor for the show, you know, someone that's willing to put that money out. But I make sure the show's worth it. I think it is, and I've got some people that are working with me. I'm looking for that. So we're taking it one day at a time and seeing where it goes. I would
You're
love
doing
to
good work,
get back to the hour format.
Yeah.
I don't know if I could take shows like today. I don't know if I can handle 2 hours of because I could not drive right now. My eyes are so watery.
You too, neither.
But Brandy, I want to wish you, on behalf of the entire real life superhero community, I think I can speak for them on this. I want to wish you the happiest of happy Mother's Days.
Yeah.
Your
Thank
son,
you.
your son has brought you into a world of weirdos and spandex, and we are honored to have you here.
We're a bunch of kooks.
Well, but, here's the funny thing. If you look at history, the normal people don't make the history books. It's weirdos.
Good point. Yeah.
So,
I'm not exactly normal myself.
Like I keep telling my favorite Muppet's the Great Gonzo because he's the weirdo.
Yeah.
And so.
And is that's Moon Knight, right?
Oh, I'm still
on.
on.
No, that's me. I'm the guy. I'm the one that said Gonzo. Crossfire in.
Okay. Yep.
Surprise, huh?
Who doesn't love the Muppets?
Oh yes, I'm definitely a Muppet addict too. But I definitely want to wish you a happy Mother's Day. Thank you for giving up part of your time there, and sounds like you got a young man on fire to chase down there and wind down for the day. So.
Yep, gotta do all the fun stuff.
And it was an honor to have him on here. I wanted to try and get I think they call him Electro Boy or whatever from Portland that did the Make-A-Wish thing. I wanted to try and get him and his mother on the show here. And Skyman's supposed to be working on contacting them because that's his neck of the woods. And this was an intense blessing to have you drop in here in this time. God knew what he was doing. He knows what he's doing. He runs me in these circles. So. One of my other shows canceled, so I'm looking forward to rescheduling some of those and having some of these people on here. But I couldn't have picked a better show today if I had picked this 6 months ago. So I want to thank you for being here. Thank you for putting me on. Thank you guys for calling in. Thank you for calling in. You Moon Knight.
I'm still on.
Yeah, you're still on.
Oh, wow. I thought I was just listening to, wow. I did not realize that.
No, you can talk. You can talk.
Oh, Moon Knight.
I'm new. I'm
welcome to Superhero
Radio.
Hey, Moon Knight, the bell has rang. You can go to your next class. Wake up, Spicoli.
Story of my life.
I'm telling my age there, ain't I? All right, I'm going to go ahead and sign this off. As much as I enjoy this, I want to let Brandy get back to her Mother's Day celebration and everybody else get back to theirs. And
sounds good. See ya.
Great show. Thank you guys for calling in and making this
Happy Mother's Day
next week.
Happy Mother's Day.
Thank you. Thank you, guys.
Happy Mother's Day. Happy Mother's Day to all my listeners, and we'll see you next week with the Crimson Fist, and I'll probably have, I guess his partner Metadata will probably call in also, so we'll see what's going on there. Thank you for being part of Superhero Academy this week, and I'll see you next week. Same cross time, same cross channel.